Hello and welcome back to Factorio. Now, last time we did finish a really juicy 8 red circuit belt, or red 8 belts of red circuits. I can't even speak. But that's what we were doing last time. And now I was looking a little bit between episodes at this. I'm like, actually gonna need 159 of these. Which I find completely insane, by the way. To do 100k. And I was like, well, how am I gonna fit 3 of these in a row and get resources all the way down? And we're also gonna need... Like, most of these other things are already done, but we're gonna need to make the engine units. And that, according to this, takes freaking 322 of these. Which is also completely insane. I'm like, we're not going to be able to fit this. So I have an idea, and I don't even know if this works yet. I'm going to steal this design. And what I'm going to try and do is put it right here. So we're going to go the other direction. We're going to see how much this actually is in terms of science production, you know? I'm going to try and copy this without putting filters on a bunch of things. Which I hopefully can do. There we go. Now I have no idea if this is gonna work. So this is gonna be a kind of trial and error thing going for us here. We're gonna see. We should have enough modules as well. They're just gonna take some time to arrive. These small boys as well. Did the evolution factor? Yes, it did reach 1.0. So we did max out the evolution factor. This is about as close as it can get without getting hit by the rockets. It's good. Did we enter all these modules? I don't think so. So right now, this is 34.9k per minute. 34.9k. If we do a little bit of quick math, 34.9 is gonna be times 3, and that's definitely more than 100. But it's 104k. And this was 101. This is also 104. So that doesn't matter too much. This is a pretty decent setup. Now, this needs not exactly 2 belts. It's gonna need 1 belt and a bit more. And it's gonna need 1 belt and a very small amount more. And then slightly more than half a belt. In terms of gear, engine unit, sorry. If we try to take this somehow build around it. I think it's this amount, yeah? This here will then make 5 per second, or 350 per minute. Okay, so we're gonna need 10 or so. Man, that's rough. That's really rough. Okay. This amount of beacons. Ah, wait. First of all, we actually need to put prod modules in this. Which is a good point. So this needs 3 inputs. So it's gonna be the same as this one, yeah? So if we are going for a similar kind of design here. Can I just steal this? Eventually. And we make this engine units instead. Now, we need to turn this around. And this needs to be on the other side. Pretty sure we can do this. Then we'll change that up. So currently, yeah, but they're not, these are not powering anything, anywho. This is producing 3,000 per minute. Which is not exactly enough. This is exactly 3,000 per minute. Okay. What about this? 5,800. Which is too much. And remove. What if we remove the middle beacons here? Still 5.7. 5.4 and this needed 4.3. I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. It's not exactly what I want, but it's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent actually. So in theory, this would be able to supply, right? We'd be able to put this here. And this should be a slight surplus of engine units, right? Light surplus of engine units. And then we can just copy. I don't know how much is this even gonna make in terms of... Yeah, this is not gonna make a full belt, so we don't need this. We will just keep doing this. And the... Yeah. It's a little bit rough here. We'll think of something here to... to make sure that these come out reasonably well. But two of these are gonna be very slightly more than a belt. So this will be slightly more than 2 belts. And it should all add up pretty well. What? No, I don't want to copy that. We'll do that. This here is not needed either. This here is not needed. Don't remember why we had that part there. That's kind of weird. And this goes away. We'll take this, we'll put that there. That goes there, that goes there. This goes there. So if we take a look at this, we're gonna end up with quite a large surplus of engine units. I honestly don't really mind that at all. So sulfur and engine units are gonna go on the shared belt. Right. It doesn't matter too much, apparently. Okay. So, engine units. What do you need? You need a bunch of pipes, specifically. And where do I want to make pipes? And how many pipes do I want? I want a yes amount of pipes. Gear wheels shouldn't be that much of a problem. I only need 45. Like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay, that's way too many. Or, well, technically, it doesn't really matter. All I need is this to output on this belt. I also don't need this here, because this will be at the end. Now, I need the same amount of iron that I'm gonna make in gears. So I think what we do here is we'll take iron this way. Because then we can just keep going with this, you know? So this is definitely gonna be enough. Now, pipes on the other hand, we're gonna need double stacking of pipes. And I'll be honest, this already makes 106 pipes, which will be more than enough. We'll also make that there. And that's gonna eat a lot of iron. So this here actually seems like a pretty decent layout. This goes away. This goes away. Oh no. I did put it correctly. It's supposed to be here. And this goes away. I'll put a thing here. There we go. I really dislike how these wires are connected, but I'm gonna just keep my mind off that. Go away. Go away. No, we couldn't do that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Even though I am not a huge fan of that. Okay. This here is gonna make 35k with surplus materials from all of these. Now, gonna need... That's 6 belts of iron. You joking? I'm gonna need 135k per minute. It's 9.3 belts. Yeah, because this is... Yeah, so 9.3 belts is what I'll need. So if we do this, and then we do this here. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 belts. And then we'll see which one runs out quick, right? I just grab this. We plop this down on each of these. Okay. Right. We should drag this out as well. Like so. So we want this underground belt to go here. Perfect. Okay. So all of this will be iron going in. I'm gonna remove this pole. We're gonna do a constant combinator with iron plates on it. And that should be... It's actually 10. How many did I say I needed? 9.3. Right, yeah, so it's gonna be 10. That is indeed correct. Okay, and steel. We're gonna need 3 full belts. Or, no, not 3 full belts, but we're gonna need 3 belts, probably. Yeah, we're gonna need 3 belts. It's not exactly 3 belts. It's 25k. It's 2 belts, actually. Let's drag 3 belts here. It's gonna go here. We take 3 steel belts. Steel. And this will be here. With a priority to the left. So how much did this need? This was 90. This was 180, so we can do the same thing here. And then the last one here. This belt disappears. No. It's one more. So here. It actually just goes away. That's fine. And the other 2 belts will keep going. So far, so good. So far, so good. We're gonna need 7 belts of science out. This is 6. 7 belts. Why did I forget where the science is here? Hello? Oh, I have to scroll down maybe. Lever. Wait, why have I dragged the incorrect belt here? This is not needed. This needs to be connected as well. That's correct. This does not need to be here. This actually needs to be here. And we'll have to merge these and these as well. So whenever they're starting to run out, we have to refill with a belt from the other side, yeah? This here needs to be here. This is not needed. That stops there. This needs to be there. And this keeps going. That's connected, that's connected, that's connected, and that's connected. Now, this is going to make me 580. That's barely more than 2 belts. How much are we merging over here when we're merging? We're merging 8. So if we do... Now this is gonna be inefficient. That's something. Anyway, if this is the goal, that we want to do, I don't know how I'm gonna merge this properly. Ideally, I'd like a 9. I don't think we have that. We do have 9. Wait, let's see. We have a 9 to 7. And we can. Okay. Then we upgrade that. So this is a 9 to 7. Now I need to merge 4 to 3 here. We have to go the other way. We need to merge 4 to 3. I think we do it down here, preferably. I will upgrade this as well. So we have the output. First of all, this needs to be engine units that go in here. Then we have this guy. And then I don't know if that's gonna add anything to this or not. Probably not. We'll grab this from up here and put it in here. The only reason I want to do it like this is because it's gonna be slightly more than 2 that come out of this. Now, we're halfway done. We need to get advanced circuits and sulfur in here. Each of these will need a bunch. We need 8 belts. We need 8 belts to somehow come through here. We can get 8 belts through here. think that's the only way. So engine units. Engine units. Engine units. And this one is already done. So if we take the 8 here, that's 6, 7, and 8. This is gonna be red circuits. And here we're also gonna have... It's gonna be like 3 belts of sulfur, so it's not gonna be that bad. But this is the general idea, at least. And we could probably get 3 belts here. How much is this gonna eat? 109. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go there. Go like that. Do... Well, we don't need that. We're just splitting these in 2, so it doesn't matter, actually. I hope this can reach everywhere. Looks like it. And then we should have some leftovers here, yeah? Okay. Yeah, sure. Gonna take this. We are gonna copy this 3 times. We're gonna start by removing this. What we actually want... No, bro. This one is correct. Why did I remove the wrong one? And this thing is There we go. We just need this to go here instead. Like that, and then this needs to go away. And that goes all the way up here, yeah? Here. And now we need to find our blue belt of stuff. We're gonna take this and we're gonna run with this all the way up here. That's unfortunate. There we go. That is blue science indeed. And now we need to start filling this with stuff. We're starting with red circuits. And it's a lot of them. I'm sure we're gonna have to tweak these a bit eventually. I'm sure there's something wrong with these builds. Not exactly used to building on this scale. I'll be honest. This is fairly new to me. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna need the sulfur. It's gonna be here, yeah? Yeah, it's gonna be there. So the sulfur that we have here. Let's try. That's gonna be a problem. I really just wanna make sure it goes all the way up here. Needs to go further, yeah? And this is the first one, yeah? So again, this needs 145. Which means sulfur, 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 and sulfur. Okay, how are we doing with belts? Yeah, we're gonna have slight shortage here of this. I'm really wondering if this is gonna be enough. Holy spaghetti monster, this turned out to be rough. And I'm gonna see here how much this is gonna eat, and we're gonna have to push these belts in. So some of this is gonna go away. Same with these. See once they start flowing in here. So I want to make sure that this is as decently optimized as possible. One of these is almost 10k SPM, so this one module should be more than enough. Like way more than enough. Can the sulfur actually arrive now? That would be really great. And all of the circuits and everything. That would also be really great. Well, the base is definitely growing in size. Considering blue is now taking up 6 squares, I have very little faith that any of these remaining 3 will be any less space consuming. So I think we should start concerning ourselves with making more territory down here. For sure. And we're gonna have to push the wall in this direction, I think. We might need to do another round of artillery. I think military science is gonna be next. Maybe. You are... We don't have any more. Really? Really? None of that is on the way. Is our launch infrastructure really that bad on Volcanus? Unfortunately, I think the answer to that is yes. We also have very limited amount of bots here. So what you're telling me is we don't have enough belt. You're gonna have to go back to novice with this. Whenever you're filled up with that. My guy. Oh, where are you guys going? Oh, you're filling in this. Okay. Like, are you finally constructing this thing for me? And the bots will reply no to that. So the sulfur is kind of close. You got 0 of this, really. That's not acceptable. That's definitely not acceptable. We need to keep an eye on this. Do we have any more of these, though? Kinda. I'd like more. Yeah. We'll put those there. Not exactly what I thought I needed to spend time on, but we really need to do this. Okay, so 75 of the underground belt is on the way. Oh, the rocket capacity is only 25 on these. Excellent. How many are we missing on novice? Right now it's 45, so once you get these, you can go. Once you get these, you can go. Not like we don't have them. I wish you could just force them to leave. Okay. Good. I'd really like to see that this works. Speaking of, we need to find steel and iron. By, like, a large amount. We said 10 iron belts, right? I think we'll grab them here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. You run out of ammo. Okay. Sometimes this belt is being real weird. Yeah, you're already gonna be struggling with this, I think. Okay, I think we're gonna end the episode here. I don't want to wait for these. So once we have some more resources, I'm gonna start hooking this up, and in the next episode we'll get all the blue science online. So yeah, I think this is gonna be it for this episode. We'll finish the build next time. Thanks for watching, and have a really nice day.